For those of you just checking in, thank you again. My name is Jerome Valoria. I am the Project Connect Coordinator here at Apogee Community Health Center, and today you get to actually see my face. It's a final reveal for y'all. And thank you again for coming out to our third and final workshop series episode with our community partners, Sindaw, who focus, if you're new to them, on Philippine tradition and dance, specifically from indigenous folks in Mindanao. And today we are doing the Sumping Kata Marayao dance of the Tausug Nation, or Mermaid and the Monkey dance. This is a fun storytelling piece. So if you have kids or you love storytelling, this is one of the perfect dances for y'all to get immersed in. I played in our last storytelling piece for this. I played the role of the monkey. Very fun, great acting experience, and the choreography is also really, really fun to do as well. So from this point on, I'm going to turn over to our partners in community, Potri and Diane at Ginding Sindaw. Ay, sorry tita, nakamute po.
I'm sorry, I forgot. I'm muted. Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us again and again in our session. And believe me, you will love this dance. Besides, it's a very beautiful, magical story from the people of the Samal cluster, which is particularly the Tausug people in southernmost Philippines. And these people has been one of the biggest sultanate long, long time ago, since 4th to 10th century, up to now. It's an assertion of that present sovereignty. And the story is about the pearl, actually. The center of the story is about the pearl, because the Tausug people are known to be pearl divers. You see the South Sea pearl? The origin of that is from the Philippine Deep, where you can find in the southern most part of the Philippines. So today, let's travel in our imagination. In the midst of an ocean, there is that island, some palm trees, but there is one monkey. A lonely monkey who enjoyed his life collecting pearls. And that monkey has the so-called adversary, the owner of those pearls, the mermaids, who are inhabiting the sea. And it is believed in old Asian legends that pearls are tears of mermaids. So, during the time with this monkey frolicking with the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pearls that he collected, and he will fall asleep because he get tired. Here comes the mermaid who are going to dance beautifully, ritually, and eventually steal those pearls. But this afternoon, you are going to learn the most beautiful movement of the mermaids. So stand by, join us, travel with us in this imagination. And if you'll see my screen, I'm not alone here. I am with Rosan. Rosan is one of the Kinding Sindaw members. And we will be doing this today with you. And your teacher for today is Diane Camino. Take it away, Diane.
Thank you, Potri. Sorry. Hi. Sorry, guys. We're going to start very soon. And we have our guest too. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, guys, we're going to start with some hand movements. So, and format. And let's keep our masks on. We're in a space right now. Malika's here to say the Southern Hemisphere as well. And now take a deep breath. And we'll go up and down. So this is a would simulate cooking in the water. Again, you're also going to give a little tension to your hand. So your hand right here, back of your palm, will have a little bit of tension here as well. So we can just pull it, stretch, stretch, and pull it down. It's great for we kind of disregard our wrists from time to time. So gives us a little love on the and take your arm, stretch, and now those have like stretching movement. So I'm gonna start with putting your palms facing each other in front of you, and then we're gonna pull. It's like kind of like pulling out, and then stretch there. And you're gonna use your head also. So you're gonna lean to the left, your head, and then let go. So it's like pulling, and then go. Okay. Oh, there. Let's a little bit more rain. It's the rain. Rain. Deep breath. So today we're going to learn the mermaid. So it's the title of the dance is called Sumping Katao Maraya. And it's a tale of the mermaid, the monkey, and the playfulness of both the mermaid and the monkey on a little island. Okay. And you see my feet movements? Your feet and the foot camera here. Your foot, this is the step here. So you're gonna kind of bend a little bit. You and your step in front, and then another step. Okay. One step. Turn back around. Okay, so if you step in place, it's just, now we have our tails. So our tails will be behind us here. So you're gonna take both your hands and bring them to the back like that, okay? And then this is your tail. So it's like a swirl of the tail. So like you can imagine like a little goldfish, a flounder, dolphin, and the other side of it. So this is your tail. So you don't want your tail to be out here, right? Because then that's not your tail. So that's why your hands are behind you. And you're going to kind of lean forward just slightly. So your body position is slightly forward. Remember to bring your, to protect your belly, you're going to keep your back and your core pretty tight. So what you do is then you soften your knees. When you soften your knees, and bring your hands to the back. Your arms, also your elbows are a little bent as well. So softly bent. Try to relax your shoulders. And then breathe into your movement, or your tail movement. So when you bring your arms together and bring them out, take a deep breath in and breathe out. In and out. Okay, then we're going to pair this with our feet movement. The feet step on the right and the left. So again, you're going to be in this kind of soft knee bending motion. So your knees are soft. It's almost like you're sitting, squatting. Okay. Now your arms are gonna hurt, so stretch them a little bit. Okay. Again, let's try that one more time. So get your tails ready and your feet. So the reason why the Tausug walk this way because they have somewhat of a flooded, they're surrounded by water. So imagine like trying to get through a shallow body of water and walk around it as if you're on a beach. Closer to the shore, so you're not too far deep in. There you go. Perfect day to be in the beach today. It's warm up. Okay. Yes.
And also transferring from one boat to another. It's called vinta. Do you see this vinta here? Under the word apicha, that's the vinta. So there's a lot of that. And sometimes they move from one boat to another. We'll tell you more about this story.
Thank you, Poetry. Okay, so this is your tail. Then we're gonna have fins also. So this is also the other hand movement of your fins. So just bring your both your hands to your right. And we're going to kind of squat. So soften your knees. And as if you have fins on the side. Fins. Oh, fins here. Okay, start with our entrance. This is our entrance. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when you stop here, I'm gonna bring our hands up. So it's bringing in and out. And then rotating those, isolating those wrists. And then there goes your shoulder. Okay, and then to the left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And bring the face to the side. All right. Let's try it from the beginning. Again, we're gonna walk from the left. You can give us a little bit of sample of the Saranai. It's a beautiful sound also.
We actually can't hear Malika for some reason.
Then we're gonna do another movement, which is kind of like you're pulling your hair. So do a sample of that. So it's so your right foot's in front, and here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're like just holding your hair in the water, washing your hair. Try the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. Okay. We have, so this part is like a mirror. So the reflection of your beautiful faces in from the water as mermaids. So you're kind of playing around with that. And you're looking at the mirror. So you're admiring yourself in the mirror, which is the water, really. So when we do this, then we get down to the floor. So this becomes your bubbles. Okay. So this is your bubbles in the water. So it could be your mirror and your bubbles. And then we extend out your legs. So let's start that from the beginning. Again, we'll start from walking in and into washing our hair, and then playing with our reflection in the water and down to the water with the bubbles. So again, that's start. Oh, good. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Hands up. 4, and our fins. The left. 4, and our fins. And let's wash our hair. Down. So nice washing your hair, imagining the cool beach because it's so hot outside. We'll do that again to the left. 3, 4, down. 5, 6, 7, 4. So these are soft, kind of flowy movements. So imagine yourself also just following that waterfall. So then we go down, playing with our reflection in the water with the bubbles, the little bubbles. And then we extend out kind of in this position. So this position is a swimming position. So I'm going to just roll it in and out of that. And then bring it out. And we also have a fins here. No worries. Here. And we have our, oh, sorry, it's actually our boat. So our boat, rowing boat. So it's, pretend you're rowing a boat. 1, and 2, 3, and then the boat rowing. You are sitting on this on your heel. So when you get up, it's like kind of bring yourself like a momentum going up and then down. Up. Really like a stretch. Bring that whole arm up. You're swimming. And you're swimming. And we get a real swim workout in without having to be in the water. Not fun. All right, let's start from the beginning, you guys. I hope you're warmed up. Poetry. Oh, okay. Sorry. We're actually in a wrong space right now. Jerome,
Yes, what's up?
if you have some announcements to make, or anything, we will have to move to a different space in the theater upstairs.
Okay.
The back, there's a beautiful theater there. So if you give us 1 minute, we'll just move everything.
Certainly, I got y'all covered. No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back, you guys.
All right, folks. So while we do a quick transition, let me just spotlight my beautiful face again. Thank you, skincare. So that's just a little preview, or rather, of the dance itself. So hopefully your muscles are a little warmer, much warmer than mine because my office right now is freezing. But some quick announcements I do want to share with you all. Give me one hot second while I bring it up. Okay. So we do have a couple things coming up here at Aperture that I want to let y'all know of. This thing won't let me share, but that's fine. I can just tell y'all. So May 29th, we have a testing event coming up. It's called Uncuffing Season. You know what? Let me bring up the flyer. And at this event, we're providing free COVID-19 testing as well as access to the COVID-19 vaccine. We also have free HIV and STI testing. So, of course, we are proponents of sexual health and sex positivity, but we also would like folks to be mindful and take initiative in your own health. That's very important in this modern day and age. So now I can actually show you the flyer. It'll be much easier on y'all. So first thing, if it loads, which it does. So yes, this is our flyer for our testing event coming up next Saturday, the 29th, from 10 to 3:30 here at our location at 400 Broadway, right by the Canal Street station, for several different trains. It's all free. You don't have to pay anything or show any insurance. This is also a great opportunity if you're looking for a primary care provider who is LGBTQ plus competent, or like working with minority populations. If you're interested in learning more about our services as a patient, feel free to also inquire at this event. You can sign up with the QR code there, or call our toll-free line and we'll get your name down so we can get you in and out super quick. Next thing I do want to highlight on the Ginding Sindaw side of things. So as folks may know now, I am a co-host of Ginding Sindaw's Rina Young web series. It talks a lot about Philippine history and culture, specifically folks that are indigenous, and especially folks in Mindanao, just so that we provide the kind of lessons and education and context that you won't necessarily get in a textbook in the classroom. And for our 23rd episode, we're going to have Ms. Samira Gutok, who's going to talk about, it's been the anniversary of the Marawi siege back in May 2017. We're looking 4 years now. Where's the rehabilitation? What are the updates since that event happened 4 years ago, and what it's like on the ground right now? So if folks are interested, you can go to this little bit.ly. I know it's a little blurry. I'll put it in the comments section for folks so you can easily access it, but it's also here on Facebook Live tomorrow, 7 o'clock in the evening, if you're here in New York, or if you're in the Philippines. It's the 23rd, Sunday, 7 a.m., so bright and early. We'll be doing it through Facebook Live as well, and you'll be seeing and hearing my lovely face and voice. All right, so those are my two announcements from both Apacha as well as Ginding Sindaw. We do have a couple more API fitness things running through the end of this month, as well as a little bit of June. So feel free to follow and like, and click the notification bell so you get to hear about all our latest events from Apacha's Facebook page. All right, so my lovely community partners, how are we doing? Are we resettled? Or it looks like they're still settling in. Is it? Okay. All right, so they're still setting in, which is totally fine. So whenever y'all are ready, I also want to bring quick attention. If you all look in the event description on Facebook, I did include a little survey because I want to hear what y'all think about our programming. How can we do better? What are we doing really well? What are we not doing so well? So we can continuously improve the things we give for you in the community. I promise it's a very, very quick survey. It takes less than 5 minutes to complete. It's also another way for you to let us know if you're interested in learning about more services so we can get you to the right provider. Also, this is just, again, we want to know how we're doing. All right, so Diane has just messaged me. They are ready to go. Let me put the spotlight to y'all.
Okay. I move this here to this other space. So, again, let's start with our movements. Again, bring your hands so you can see your feet. There we go. And step to the right. Bring your and bring your hands. Your reflection on the wall. Bring the left foot back and your knee softly to the ground. Both knees. We rest our hands here. And then we're going to kind of lunge towards the right. So when you lunge, you're also going to bring your hands out. So bring your hands out, take a deep breath. Okay, now we're going to pair that with a lunge. So the lunge goes with the right foot facing the right and the diagonal. So your right foot is just, right leg is just kind of in a squat here. And we'll bring our hands looking kind of alternately. And then up and down. So just the right hand. Up and down, up and down. And come back to the middle. So just kind of like give yourself momentum to bring yourself back to the sitting position. And we're going to go to the left with that same like circle movement with the lunge. Using your left. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and down. And we're gonna use kind of slightly tilt your head. So when you do that, you just do this bubble. So these are kind of your ocean bubbles. Tilt your head. And we're gonna put big waves. Big waves on the right. Take a deep breath. Then we swim or row. So swimming up. Left, right, and left. And on the left, you're doing big waves on the left as well. Okay. Then swim. You're swimming or rowing, either one. You have the same motion. Great. And take a deep breath, and we're gonna get up slowly while you're using your hands, and use your right leg kind of support yourself. And then bring your fins back, or your tail back, and then we exit the same. The right leg, left leg, just alternate. Right, and then pick up those feet. Cool. Okay. I'm already ready. All right, try it one more time from the beginning. And I'll have Poetry explain a little bit more of the history of those people and where they're from, and also the significance and story behind the state. So again, the first step is our entrance with our tail, starting with the right leg and right. Arms up. Starting with the wrist. Face the left, arms up. And isolate those ribs. Face left. Like those ribs. Your elbows up. And take it toward the pose. Just softly bring your left knee down, followed by the right. And we rescue and lunge to the right. We alternate our hands up and down. Back to the middle. Softly back and then to the and lunge out. Up. And bubbles again. Bring the left knee in. Back to kneeling position. And waves on the right. Big wave. Really extend those arms. Isolate those wrists. And we row. First, and to the left. The big waves. So you get up, just gently get up, starting with your right. So you straighten the hands. Let's bring those hands to the back and our tail as we exit. And you can cross, and that's the end of the dance. Great job, you guys. I'll give it to you to explain a little bit about the Taosu people.
Hi, I'm back. I'll try to remove my mask so you can hear me. I'm not muffled. I'm masked but unmuted. So how did you like the dance? That's one of my favorite legends actually when I was young. I learned all those movements from the young Tausug maiden actually that were my playmates when my father brings me to Tawi-Tawi, sometimes go to Bungaw, sometimes to Siasi. You know, these are the islands of Sulu archipelago. Very beautiful part of the Philippines. And also very sovereign. This is a sovereign sultanate composed of the Sama people, and the Tausug were the leading people up to now actually. In fact, if you talk about Sabah, Sabah used to be an island part of Sulu archipelago until we historically, like unhistorically, became part of the Philippines in 1898. If you would review her history, this is not much talk about it, not much written about it, because our history has to be told from the narrative of from us, the Muslim people of Mindanao. But the thing is that we were sold to USA together with the rest of the islands of the Philippines in December 10, 1898, under the Treaty of Paris. So the reason why we still have this living tradition, these legends, epics, and myths, and not much is written about it. It's passed on to generation through oral tradition, like what you have seen now. It's to dances, to dance and to chant, and through the garb, our outfit, our wardrobe. We don't never call it costume because it's not costume. It's a wardrobe. It's an outfit that has meanings in it. And also it will tell you which rank and what occasion it's being worn and the meaning of the designs of that garb. Today, we're not using the real garb because we're just working with you, teaching. But in some way, what Diane is wearing is the semblance of how it looks, but it has more intricate designs and meanings. So that's how the civilization, the ancient civilization of the Tausug people, one of the 13 provinces in the Philippines that remained Muslim despite of the 500 years of colonization of the Luzon and Visayas, Mindanao was not colonized. There were attempts of the Spaniards to colonize us. There were some parts where the Spaniards were kind of successful putting up their garrisons or their stations, but totally it was destroyed by Sultan Kudarat. It was led by Sultan Kudarat. Sultan Kudarat is from the Maguindanao Sultanate. He's the paramount Sultan of Mindanao. And together with Sultan Kudarat and the Sultan of Sulu, they worked together in warding off the Spaniards. Only when we were sold together with the rest of the islands of the Philippines that there was a decree when Americans came to Mindanao and declared that it's now the U.S. property. There was a decree that all the sultans and the datus has to register their land. Now, registration of land is not part of our culture because we own an ancestral land, the land that has been transmitted, that has been given to us through generation and generation as a communal property from our ancestors. So registering our land as a property is a foreign decree. So there was no registration, so much so that Mindanao was declared to be no man's land, that nobody lives there, nobody owns the land. So then it became a promised land to the people of Luzon and Visayas who were trying to ask for genuine land reform, because the Spaniards took all the land in the encomienda system. And so encomienda system, it was given to the Americans afterwards. And so there were a lot of revolution that happened. One of the revolution that was successful in 1896 was led by Bonifacio. Jose Rizal was killed because he wrote Dolimitang here. So this is the history of the Philippines, the Luzon and Visayas. And so the people who wanted a genuine land reform, they were promised, the land of Mindanao was promised to them. So they went to Mindanao and they became settlers in Mindanao. So, talking about Gaza Strip, like the settlers taking over the land. But anyhow, we came into terms that we will be called Filipino at the same time we're part of the Bangsamoro, right? We have to continue asserting our sovereignty. Now, in terms of culture and tradition, and today you learned this. I am going now bringing you into history, but those are learnings that hopefully you will continue researching and also come on Saturday night attending our Rinayong. You will know more about us. So the Tausug people up to now telling their story through dances. One of the story is the Kisa of Putli Isara. You will learn more about that. You can visit our website and you will see it there. It's a total production. Now, so the dance actually is really a beautiful way of remembering and also telling the story that there are people who owns culture and tradition, and also a living tradition that has to be asserted that has to be asserted and told so that it will not become a missing link of mankind. So thank you very much. You learn Sumping Katao Marana, Sumping Katao Marayao. Sumping is actually the headdress. Katao is the mermaid, and Marayao means good, which is the monkey, actually a good monkey. Now, Sumping is more like related to how the pearl is used as jewelry, at the same time a symbol of sovereignty. And thank you very much. If you want to know more about our dances, attend our classes on Saturdays and Sundays. And hopefully, thank you also for allowing me to tell a little of our history, a little of unwritten history of the not only the Tausug people, but the people who retained the living tradition and who resisted the coming in of the Spanish colonization and then later on the American occupation. But up to the current moment though, this attempt of colonization did not stop. There is a so-called neo-colonization. It is continuous. So teaching you this dance is also calling for solidarity. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're muted, Jerome.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I had to check something. So again, thank you so much. Thank you, Sindaw, especially to both Reyna Kamanis and Dan Camino for being our main instructors for this 3-day workshop series. Also, shout out to on the saronai, which is a beautiful percussive instrument that you may have heard a little bit in our session today. If you're interested in learning more about KS as an organization, you can go to indingsindao.org, which I'll put in the comment section on Facebook. If you're interested in seeing how Sumping Kata Maraya, or the Mermaid and the Monkey storytelling piece flows out, I believe our performance is on YouTube, so I am more than happy to link it there as well. You'll get as the cry, laugh, get angry, going through a full range of emotions, which is one of my favorite parts of being in KS. We get to express ourselves in ways that nature does not let us sometimes. It's very rooted in nature and our own ancient history. As I mentioned, we have a testing event on the 29th here at Aperture. Feel free to visit our website for more information. We also have a page if you want to learn more about our services there. And tomorrow is our 23rd reunion episode with Sindaw. We're going to talk about the Marawi Sea that happened 4 years ago and where people are on the ground right now. What's the current situation? And again, I can't thank you guys so much for staying with us these 3 weeks. So on that note, I will close this out with a salutation. So in honor of our ancestors who came and infiltrated this tradition to us, with open hearts, we like to take command, mind, body, and soul. And with humility, we bow as we use it to empower us as we are taught. Hug, I bow, you way, and thank you again so much, maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. Nagpapasalamat din sa inyong tanan, and thank you again for your support. We look forward to seeing you in our performances, our classes, and future health promotion workshops right here at Aperture Community Health Center. Bye, folks!